Are you ready to trade your passport and change your life? What if it only took 90 days to become a citizen of a new country, where you live by the ocean, pay zero income tax, and are welcomed like family? Would you do it? In this video, you'll discover 10 countries so friendly and easy to gain citizenship in, it sounds almost unbelievable. Places where people of color aren't just tolerated, but celebrated. Stay tuned until the end, because the number one country might forever change how you define the word homeland. Number 10, St. Kitts and Nevis. No need to live there. No need to learn the local language. No citizenship test. All you need is an investment, $250,000 into the National Development Fund or a real estate purchase starting at $400,000. In return, you'll be on your way to obtaining one of the Caribbean's most powerful passports, offering visa-free access to over 150 countries, including the UK, Ireland, and most of Europe. But this is more than just a financial transaction. St. Kitts and Nevis is a black majority nation where African heritage shapes its culture, music, politics, and economy. Here, you're not expected to assimilate. You're embraced as a natural part of the community. People don't ask what makes you different. They ask, what do you want to build with us? And the perks go beyond paperwork. No personal income tax, no inheritance tax, no capital gains tax. Your wealth isn't suffocated by absurd tax laws. It's protected to grow and be passed on for generations. While many countries treat immigration as a conditional privilege, St. Kitts and Nevis offers choice, freedom, and dignity. This isn't selling citizenship. It's handing you a ticket to redefine your global standing, if you know your worth. Number 9, Uruguay. In a world bogged down by bureaucracy, bias screenings, and absurd immigration hurdles, Uruguay quietly stands out as a nation that dares to do things differently. Arrive with your family. You only need 3 years of legal residency to qualify for citizenship. Coming solo? Just 5 years. No language exams, no nerve-wracking interviews. Instead of trapping you in a maze of red tape, Uruguay opens the door with a rare kind of transparency and kindness. But what makes Uruguay truly shine isn't just paperwork. It's one of South America's most politically stable nations, with a long-standing democracy, low crime rates, and a robust social welfare system. Its constitution doesn't just speak of equality, it defends it in everyday life. For people of African descent, that means you don't just have the right to exist, you're treated with real respect. While Uruguay's Afro-descendant community is still small, it's steadily growing and actively encouraged to express its identity. You won't need to hide who you are or tone it down to fit in. Whether you're an artist, entrepreneur, or parent raising kids in a less judgmental society, you're free to be you. Add to that, universal public health care, top-tier press freedom, strong public education, a slow but steady pace of life with peaceful beaches, clean air, and a calm, grounded spirit. Uruguay doesn't scream for attention. It lets you discover its beauty in your own time. And maybe that quiet confidence is the loudest invitation of all to anyone searching for a true home. Number 8, Brazil. What many people don't realize is that while much of the world tightens its borders, Brazil remains one of the easiest countries on earth to gain citizenship. You don't need to wait a decade or pass countless complicated tests. If you marry a Brazilian citizen or have a child born in Brazil, you can officially become a citizen in just 12 months. For single applicants, the wait is only 4 years, shorter than many car loan terms in developed countries. But Brazil isn't just appealing for its naturalization process. It's home to the largest Afro-descendant population outside Africa, with over 56% of Brazilians identifying as black or mixed race. This means you won't need to blend in with a foreign culture. You'll find yourself reflected in a living symphony of color, culture, and history. In Salvador, the soul of Afro-Brazil pulses through the food, religion, and festivals. In São Paulo, black-owned businesses are rising fast. Brazil doesn't merely tolerate you, it celebrates you as an essential part of its national identity. Economically, Brazil is a powerhouse of South America, leading in high-tech agriculture, clean energy, fintech, and more. Add in dual citizenship policies, affordable healthcare, and of course, beaches that could make you forget Google Calendar even exists. And you've got a destination that's not just perfect for vacation, but for a lifetime. If you've ever dreamed of a place where you don't have to explain why you're different, maybe you're not looking for a country. Maybe you're looking for Brazil. Number 7, Panama. Imagine this. No decade-long wait, no citizenship tests, no tedious essays, or endless interviews. In Panama, your journey to citizenship takes just 5 years, and starts so easily, it might surprise you, especially if you come from countries like the US, Canada, or most of Europe. The Friendly Nations visa is your golden ticket, granting legal residency, investment freedom, and a clear path to citizenship without needing to perform a loyalty show. Why should black travelers and expats pay attention to Panama? Because you won't feel like an outsider here. With its rich Afro-Caribbean heritage, especially in Atlantic provinces like Colón or Bocas del Toro, you'll recognize the rhythms, the faces, and the flavors of home, from fried plantains and fish to festivals bursting with color. Beyond cultural belonging, Panama is one of Latin America's fastest-growing economies, excelling in logistics, finance, tech, and coastal tourism. Foreigners can own property without legal obstacles. And although dual citizenship isn't officially recognized, Panama quietly allows it, with few, if any, practical barriers. So, instead of struggling through immigration systems that make you prove your worth at every turn, why not choose Panama, where just showing up is enough for them to call you family? Number 6. Ready to return? Ghana isn't just open, it welcomes you like long-lost family. Not every country sees immigrants as part of its soul, but Ghana is different. While much of the world builds higher immigration walls, Ghana has chosen to lower the barriers and roll out the red carpet for those of African descent. Here, citizenship isn't a distant reward for years of waiting in line. It's a heartfelt invitation to come home if you can trace your ancestral roots. Since 2000, Ghana's Right of Abode program has allowed people of African heritage to live in the country indefinitely. And from there, the path to full citizenship has been significantly shortened. In a historic moment in 2019, over 126 people of African descent from the U.S. and the Caribbean were granted citizenship in a powerful national ceremony, marking the peak of the Year of Return campaign. Since then, the return movement has only gained momentum as thousands have answered the call of history and headed to Ghana. But Ghana does more than just welcome you. The country recognizes dual citizenship, actively supports black-owned businesses, and is investing in a future where new generations can thrive without losing their cultural identity. Ghana consistently ranks among the top GDP growth nations in West Africa, with booming sectors like fintech, organic agriculture, and ecotourism. This is more than a place to live. It's a place to build, to belong, and to reconnect with something deeper. So the question isn't, should you come to Ghana? The real question is, what are you waiting for? A place that greets you like family, an economy on the rise, and a chance not just to return, but to truly belong. And don't go anywhere, because the next 5 countries will take the idea of fast-track citizenship to a whole new level. Trust me, number 5 will shatter everything you thought you knew about starting a new life abroad. So don't blink, don't click away, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Black Eagle, because your future passport might just be waiting in the next chapter. Number 5, Antigua and Barbuda. No decade-long wait, no grueling interviews, no tests of loyalty. With an investment of around $100,000, Antigua and Barbuda is ready to welcome you as an official citizen. So swiftly, you might not even have time to update your driver's license back home. But don't be quick to dismiss this as just another passport market. This island nation isn't simply selling citizenship, it's intentionally building a global community. Antigua and Barbuda wants people of African descent to return, not as refugees, but as empowered individuals choosing a home that respects their roots, embraces their identity, and invites them to help shape a growing economy. Here, Black identity doesn't need to be explained or toned down. It's celebrated, reflected in the music, cuisine, and vibrant way of life. You don't have to fit in. You'll see yourself mirrored in daily life, from beachside cafes to colorful street markets. And it gets even better. No personal income tax, no inheritance tax, no capital gains tax. It's one of the most attractive tax systems on Earth. With a thriving service-based economy, solid infrastructure for small businesses, and a booming digital nomad program, the opportunities here are as warm as the turquoise sea outside your window. So if you're looking for a place that doesn't just accept you, but empowers you to help build something lasting, then Antigua and Barbuda isn't just a destination. It's a new beginning, with your name on the passport, and the ocean just steps away. Number 4. Turkey. Imagine getting a brand new passport, a luxury apartment, and a whole new chapter in life, all within 6 months. That place exists. Its name? Turkey. In a world where citizenship usually means years of waiting, language exams, and endless bureaucracy, Turkey is breaking the mold. With an investment of $400,000 in real estate, you don't just own a premium apartment in the heart of Istanbul. You also gain a Turkish passport that unlocks visa-free travel to over 110 countries, along with access to intercontinental markets spanning Europe and Asia. This isn't just about selling passports. Turkey's Citizenship by Investment program is considered one of the most stable and attractive in the world, drawing investors from the US, the Middle East, and Africa. And in cosmopolitan cities like Istanbul and Ankara, you won't feel out of place. These multicultural hubs are home to diverse and growing communities of people of color, where talent matters more than skin tone. On top of that, Turkey scores big with low cost of living, high-quality healthcare, a strategic location bridging 3 continents. Don't have $400,000 to invest? That's okay. You can also gain legal citizenship through marriage to a Turkish citizen or long-term residency. Just be prepared for a bit more patience. So the question is no longer, can you? It's, what are you waiting for to open the next chapter of your global life? Number 3, Barbados, a passport or a call to return to your roots. If you think gaining citizenship is a bureaucratic nightmare filled with tests, paperwork, and endless scrutiny, Barbados may force you to rethink everything. With just 5 years of residency, you can become a full citizen. No invasive background checks, no loyalty exams, and most importantly, you're welcomed, not questioned. Barbados isn't just a picture-perfect Caribbean getaway. It's the only country in the Western Hemisphere with an immigration policy directly tied to African heritage, where the Black community isn't a minority trying to survive, but the cultural and social foundation of the nation. With over 90% of the population of African descent, Barbados doesn't bury its history. It transforms it into an open invitation for the global African diaspora to come home and build the future. Since 2012, Barbados has rolled out welcoming residency policies for citizens of friendly nations, especially for those of African ancestry. Dual citizenship is fully recognized. You can keep your original passport while enjoying full legal, political, and economic rights as a Barbadian citizen. On the economic front, Barbados is one of the Caribbean's most stable countries, with a GDP per capita of over $18,000. The service sector accounts for 80% of the economy, particularly in tourism, digital technology, and finance. Translation? Opportunities for jobs, investments, startups, and land ownership are well within reach. Unlike countries that isolate immigrants into separate zones, Barbados promotes genuine integration. You'll live as a local, respected for the cultural value you bring, not because you try to blend in. And then comes the question, how long has it been since a nation actually invited you to be yourself? Barbados doesn't promise a fantasy, but it opens the door to a new life, safe, inclusive, and full of potential. In a world where citizenship is often tangled in power, control, and suspicion, Barbados offers something radically different. the idea that citizenship is about contribution, not conditional acceptance. Waiting for a sign? Maybe. This is it. Number 2, Rwanda. In Rwanda, the path to citizenship doesn't take decades. Just 2 years of living and contributing, and you're eligible to apply, so fast it might shock citizens of many developed nations. But what's even more remarkable is how Rwanda approaches immigration, not as a matter of permission, but as an invitation to return. Through its Come and Build campaign, Rwanda is actively encouraging people of African descent around the world to come home and take part in building the nation. No one is treated as an outsider. On the contrary, they're seen as missing pieces of a larger puzzle, essential to the country's sustainable development. And Rwanda has good reason to be confident. Its GDP has grown at an average rate of over 7% per year, and the capital city, Kigali, is celebrated as one of the cleanest, safest, and most tech-friendly cities in Africa, a place where plastic bags are banned and buses come with Wi-Fi. More importantly, Rwanda allows dual citizenship, provides a clear legal pathway for permanent residence, and actively seeks those who bring knowledge, capital, or cultural connections. This isn't just policy. It's a purposeful homecoming where Black identity isn't diluted. It's honored and empowered. You don't go to Rwanda to fit in. You go to help write the future. So the only real question is, are you ready to sign your name on that next chapter? Number 1, Dominica. In just 90 days, Dominica can offer you a new passport, a new identity, and open the door to a completely different life. A life where untamed nature blends with vibrant Caribbean culture, creating a world full of color, rhythm, and opportunity. Among the dozens of countries offering citizenship by investment, Dominica stands out for its transparency, speed, and affordability. With a $100,000 contribution to the Economic Diversification Fund, you can become a legal citizen. No residency required, no interview, no citizenship test. This is one of the most effective and trusted programs globally, praised by the IMF and other international institutions for its financial transparency and long-term sustainability. But citizenship isn't just about a passport. Dominica is one of the few island nations that has preserved a rich and unapologetic Afro-Caribbean identity, with over 85% of its population of African descent. Here you don't need to blend in, you already belong. Every street, song, festival, and way of life echoes a shared heritage, creating a space where Black identity is not just seen, but celebrated. Dominica doesn't treat you like a mere investor, but as a partner in building the nation's future, bringing your experience, heritage, and vision for something greater. And with visa-free access to over 140 countries, including the UK, Singapore, and most of Europe, a Dominican passport opens more than borders. It opens doors to the world. So, what are you waiting for? Dominica doesn't just offer citizenship, it offers you an exit from limitations and a map to rewrite your life story. Each country on this list of the 10 easiest places to gain citizenship for people of color is more than just a destination. They are a declaration of the right to choose, the right to belong, and the right to begin again, not through permission, but through respect. If identity is no longer confined by borders, then maybe home isn't just where you were born, but where you are finally allowed to live fully. You've reached the end of this journey. Now it's time to ask yourself, how far could your passport take you if you chose the right place to start over? If you found this video helpful, leave a comment and subscribe to Black Eagle to keep discovering global opportunities, where people of color don't just survive, they thrive. We welcome all respectful perspectives and look forward to seeing you in the next video.